What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are backing up with an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be a ZU Wi-Fi battle against Loki. So if you guys are expecting a standard, like, boring ZU battle with standard sets,
sorry, but no.
You've come to the wrong place, because both me and my opponent have some interesting sets, to say the least, that may or may not be really bad. So I'm using a pretty threatening team. I do have Pinsir, and Pinsir, I will admit, is pretty damn busted in this format. But my Pinsir set compensates for the fact that I'm using Pinsir. My opponent has like a pseudo hail team. He has an Abomasnow and a Beartic, so that's pretty cool to see. So I decided to lead off with my Pinsir turn when expecting my opponent to lead up with Abomasnow or Bronzor, as my opponent leads off with the Let It Snow, the shiny Abomasnow. So Abomasnow leads off, and I'm expecting my opponent to be fearful of like X-Skizzer, because that is totally a move, Pinsir's carry, and that will definitely demolish Abomasnow. So I go for my Stealth Rocks turn 1. But my opponent decides to stay in, so I'm just like, oh shit. I'm gonna die to a Blizzard, and then he goes for Fling and throws a Flame Orb at me. And then when he did that, he said, my Abomasnow set is Flames. And I'm just like, well, you know what?
You're goddamn right.
And then he burned my Pinsir, and I'm just like, alright, man. So I'm like, what is even next? I'm not going to stay in here because I'll die to Blizzard, and I can, you know, potentially use Pinsir later on. So I'm going to pivot into my mini Moltres here, because if he's not Life Orb, I should be able to live Blizzard. But he decides to go for Light Screen as well, and I'm just like, okay, man. Light Screen, Fling, Flame Orb, Abomasnow. Like, you can't really get better than that, can you?
Nope.
But I'm going to go for the Revelation Dance here, as my opponent is actually going to switch out and bring in Fake Dragon, the Silvally Dragon form. I actually decided to go for Hurricane, not Revelation Dance. I just recalled that just now. So I go for Hurricane. We missed because, of course, it is Hurricane. It's 70% accurate. That is Focus Blast levels, and it is also Hailing, but Hail doesn't lower Hurricane accuracy. I believe that is only Sunlight. I could be wrong. But I'm going to switch out on my Oricorio and bring in my Cheese Cat, my Meowstic, which I use in like every low tier battle, so I can block Defogs, which my opponent happens to go for here. So we're able to pivot into my Meowstic, and we're going to get a free competitive boost. And I think Meowstic's pretty underrated. You can use it to your advantage if you play with it correctly and play your cards right. So I do have +2 special attack right now. Light Screen is still active, though it's only active for like a turn or more because he didn't use Light Screen with the Light Clay. So now I'm going to go for a Calm Mind because no reason not to, really. I can get my special attack Spadef boosted, and Draco Meteor really can't kill me unless he gets like a crit or he's like Specs Draco Meteor, but that's not a thing because he has still the Dragon Memory, so he's gonna drop a Draco on my head and freaking demolish me. But it doesn't do all that much. It does a little more than I was expecting, but it is Stab Draco Meteor from Silvally, which probably has near max special attack, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Now I'm gonna go for Restored Power at +3 special attack, +1 special defense, and it doesn't do anything, so I'm like, crap. But then my opponent decides to go for a U-turn, fearing that I would go for Calm Mind again, so we're able to live.
And they are weakness policy.
So now we are at +2 special attack, actually +5 special attack, +2 attack, and +1 special defense. So my stored power is going to bop everything. So he's going to bring in Bronzor, and I'm like, alright, I'm at +5, Light Screen wore off, so I'm going to freaking bop this thing with Signal Beam, do like 60%, and then chunk down this Bronzor. But this does absolutely nothing, and I'm just like, hold up. I severely overestimated my Meowstic, and I underestimated Bronzor because that did absolutely nothing. Though I've never used Bronzor in competitive before, so I guess I did underestimate Bronzor, and I kind of threw in my Meowstic, which could have been really good later on in the game because it outsped the majority of my opponent's team, and besides like Beartic, I think, and potentially Mr. My Viz Choice Scarf. But I'm gonna go for Revelation Dance here against the Marini. I didn't really want to predict him because I thought he would predict me to predict him, and I'm just like, not worth risking. So I go for Revelation Dance. He brings in the Marini, as now I'm gonna pull a switch into my Sogrude, my Seviper, named after one of my fans. So shoutouts to you, Sogrude. He has an obsession with snakes, so I named him after a snake. My opponent's gonna go for Scald, and I'm like, please don't burn. And it doesn't burn, so I'm like, hey, we did it. Now I'm gonna go for the Switcheroo because I want to give the Marini a Choice Scarf because Marini is annoying. My opponent has like an Eviolite cord, I don't have knockoffs, so I'm like, wanna know what? Switcheroo! And now it's locked into recover, so that's a yikes. And that's pretty good for me because now, well, actually, did he go for recover last turn? No, he went for Scald. So he went for recover expecting me to go for like an offensive move like Earthquake probably, because the Viper does randomly get Earthquake, I'm pretty sure. But now he's going to bring in his Bronzor. I go for Glare, expecting my opponent to bring in Mr. Mime or something, but he brings in Bronzor instead, which is kind of annoying, but I actually do have a move that can cover Bronzor, being Final Gambit, and I'm willing to sacrifice my Viper's life if that means my opponent cannot get up Stealth Rock. So we're going to knock out the Bronzor with Final Gambit, and down goes my Viper, and Bronzor is going to go down as well. So Seviper single-handedly took care of my opponent's defensive core and Marini and Bronzor, so I consider Seviper's job done very well. So now I'm going to bring in my Exponential, my legit Audino I got from the Ultra Wormhole, as my opponent's going to bring in the Let It Snow. The shiny Abomasnow he also got from the Ultra Wormhole, so 2 legit Ultra Wormhole shinies, but Realistify will still say that they're hacked because, you know, it's shiny, so it has to be hacked, am I right? But now my opponent's gonna go for a Light Screen, and I'm like, well, I don't know what. I can probably face tank Blizzard because I'm Audino. Audino is pretty damn bulky, so I'm gonna go for my Reflect here. I do have Regenerator, so if I take some chip damage, it's not too big of a deal. And I'm looking to sacrifice my Audino's life if it means that I can make my other teammates do work. So now I'm gonna go for Light Screens. My opponent's gonna swap out of the Abomasnow and bring in the Well Played, the Beartic. So many Poke memes in this video. Gonna go for the Light Screen because no reason not to, really. Like, no reason not to get off my dual screens. The Defogger is dead, and I mean, he has to bring it in to defog away. Like, yeah, I'm at a pretty big advantage right now. But now my opponent's gonna go for the Fighting Z move, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This Beartic has all-up pummeling, and I'm about to get fucking clobbered because this is pretty strong. I'm pretty sure Beartic has base 130 attack, so that's very, very, very strong for ZU standards, of course. But now he's gonna go for the all-up pummeling, and I'm like, okay, I have Reflect up, but it is like a 190 base power Z move, I'm pretty sure, so I'm gonna just get destroyed. Goodbye, Audino. But Audino manages to live, so I'm able to go for my Healing Wish because my Pinsir got burned by Flame over Abomasnow, and I'm like, hell no. Not dealing with that. So down goes my Audino, and now I'm going to bring in my Verless Life, my Pinsir, and get all of my health back and heal the burn. And by the way, if you guys are able to guess why this Pinsir is named Verless Life, then props to you. Though it's named Verless Life for a very specific reason, which you'll see why momentarily. My opponent's going to be fearful of like close combat and the Moxie boost because he lost Marini, or Marini's pretty much weakened, so he's going to bring in Marini here, which is kind of questionable, but like it's locked. It's a choice card of Marini, so like I understand. I go for the Earthquake expecting Marini to come in because I didn't think he would stay in when I Reflect up. But I mean, he could have stayed in for sure, but I wasn't going to be able to Oko it anyway, especially with my really bad moveset. So I get off some Earthquake damage, and now I'm going to be able to go for a Substitute because I'm actually sub on my Pinsir. I literally have sub and Stealth Rock, so Earthquake is my only other coverage move besides my last move, but it's named Verless Life for a reason. I do have Substitute for a reason. So I got my sub, and Skull cannot break my sub because of Light Screen. My opponent's Light Screen is going to wear off, as now I'm going to be able to go for a Fury Cutter here, and I have Fury Cutter, yes. And we're not able to knock out the Marini. I thought we were going to be able to there, but I kind of, it's Fury Cutter, it's 40 base power for now. But I do have the Metronome, and Fury Cutter increases based off each consecutive hit up to 160 base power. So now I'm at 80 base power with the second Metronome hit, which I believe makes it 1.2 times power. Could be wrong, and I don't know the exact math because I'm not a human calculator. So down goes Marini to the Fury Cutter. I'm going to get a Moxie boost, giving us even more attack. So this Fury Cutter is still going to hurt. We're at 160 base power. It's going to bring in the Let It Snow, the Abomasnow again, and I'm like, bitch, you're going to die instantly. Like, you probably would have died to an 80 base power one, let alone a 160 base power Fury Cutter. So I'm not too sure what my opponent's planning here, but I have no reason not to click Fury Cutter because that's literally the idea behind this set. We still have our sub intact because Marini is really, really weak. We had Light Screen up, and I believe we have, no, I just think that Marini is really, really weak. But Fury Cutter is going to knock out the fake dragon, so down goes the Silvally. So he can't really break my sub or defog away my screen, so I probably prioritize breaking my sub at this point. But yeah, my Pinsir's kind of popping off right now, though I kind of feel bad using Pinsir, though at least it's in a cool way when I'm using like freaking sub Fury Cutter. It's not like Scarf Brainless Pinsir or like Zemi first Pinsir. It's just, you know, sub Fury Cutter Pinsir because that's totally a set. My opponent's gonna go for the Icicle Crash here. I finally realized why he brought in the Abomasnow so he can outspeed me and break my sub. However, unless he flinches me here with Icicle Crash, I should be good to go, though I don't think you can flinch people behind subs. I could be wrong about that. Someone should probably correct me if I'm wrong, because I am wrong quite a lot. Someone corrected me being wrong about the Z-Tailwind crit not actually working because I psyched up and I thought it just wore off, and I'm like, oh, oopsies. But yeah, if I make a mistake, definitely let me know in the comments, as I'm sure many of you guys do already, but not everyone catches my mistakes. And I was gonna bring in Weedle's dad, the Mr. Mime, and I'm like, look, honey, that's quite a nice name, but I'm gonna die to a Scarf Psychic. If he is Scarf, he might not be Scarf Psychic. But yeah, down goes my Pinsir. Now I'm like, is he Scarf or is he just like faster than me? So I bring in my mini Moltres because I realized I still have my Z move intact and he only has 2 Mons left. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to knock him out. But then I realized he's Scarf and I'm like, no, he's Scarf. But then I realized he's only Scarf and not Spec. So I live and I'm able to go for my Flying Z move because I gotta click that Oko button with my Oricorio. So Oricorio is gonna look pretty. Actually, it doesn't look that menacing in a Z move. It looks more possessed than anything. And I'm gonna go for this Supersonic Sky Strike. And it's no Musharna when it goes for the Z-move. Musharna going for a Z-move is freaking horrifying. But yeah, Supersonic Sky Strike should be able to knock out Mr. Mime for my power with, yeah, the Supersonic Sky Strike stab. Down goes Mr. Mime. And my opponent's last is the Abomasnow. So many Moltres should be able to win out this game because, you know, Revelation Dance will kill off the Abomasnow. However, I was like, GG man, can you tell me that Abomasnow set? Because I was really interested. And he was like, Blizzard, Giga Drain, Fling, Light Screen. So I'm like, wait, you have Giga Drain? Alright, I'm gonna go for some Defog here because I want to reveal I have Defog just so you guys would be like, yeah, I'm going Lucario and I have no hazard control. No, I have hazard control on my Pokemon Quad Week to Rocks because I'm really good at this game. I'm the best Pokemon player alive, as you guys all know. Now I'm going to bring in my HM Slave here, my Bibarel, and there's a reason why I almost choked away the game, because my opponent's going to go for the Giga Drain, and Bibarel is going to be able to live. I damaged Calculus, by the way, before I choked away the game. We're going to activate our Super Weakness policy and get +4 and attack and special attack. Liquidation is going to freaking bop the Abomasnow. I don't have Return. I actually don't have Return. I have Liquidation, and then I can follow it up with a Quick Attack, and that should be able to win me the battle. I don't think the defense drop really matters. So Quick Attack's gonna knock out the Abomasnow, and we're gonna defeat my opponent thanks to Weakness Policy Bibarel, though I could have potentially choked if he had Energy Ball or something, but it's okay. I'm really good at this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this semi-competitive, not really competitive ZU battle against Loki. If you guys enjoyed the ZU battle and want to support my channel, use the like and dislike button to their discretion, as it helps me see if the video is good or bad. And if you have any sort of constructive criticism, leave it in the comments down below, because I'm always trying to improve my content in any way I can. Anyways, the question of the day is going to be, how do you guys enjoy Pokemon battle? Like now, for example, do you like prefer playing to win and trying to build the strongest team possible based on the format you're playing? Or do you prefer playing for fun, where you like use some of your favorite Pokemon and try to use some gimmicky strats and are not afraid to use some fun stuff in a battle, or a combination of both, because both are definitely possible? Now let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this topic, and which Pokemon content you think is more enjoyable to watch. Do you guys think competitive content is more enjoyable to watch, or content where people play somewhat competitively but are not afraid to use some fun stuff? Because I'm pretty curious to see how you guys feel about this topic, because it's not really discussed about very much in the Pokemon community. Now, the reason why I asked this question is because I've been noticing a lot lately the people who like play to win and play super competitively kind of undermine and view players who play for fun as trash and not so good at the game, because they like use such, you know, gimmicky teams which aren't built the greatest, when in all reality, like, they're using the fun Pokemon just because like the game gets stale if you use the same stuff over and over and over again. I mean, like, especially like for me, I don't know if any of you guys feel the same way, and that is why I like to, you know, play for fun and all that fun stuff. But people who like want to use, for example, before Pyro got banned in PU, I asked on Showdown, like, what do you guys think is the best set for Rapidash or like Heatmore? And they're like, don't use Rapidash or Heatmore, use Pyro, or else your team is trash. And I'm like, well, thanks for the advice, but I want to use Rapidash over Pyro. I use Pyro on my 5 other teams. Well, your team is bad then. Just use Pyro instead. Thanks. Like, that's pretty much how people are, and it's kind of frustrating because like they want to give you helpful advice, but like sometimes you just want to play differently, and that's just something these kind of players don't understand. But on the contrary, many people who play for fun view people who like try hard and play to win as scum. And like, I know I do this in all my videos, like, wow, look at how much fun he's having. But I do that mostly for satire purposes and nothing really more. Like, I can care less if people like try hard against me or really play to win, because like in all reality, like, Wi-Fi battles don't really matter. Like, there's no rating involved, and I'm just trying to play for fun personally. But I don't really care if people want to test out a new team or just want to get their freaking W against WeedleTwineedle. Like, it doesn't really matter, especially if I'm able to beat them anyways. It just feels so much more satisfying. And even if I lose more by using fun teams, like, I don't really mind playing for fun. And people like who play for fun as well and like hate people who try hard just need to like you know, they just need to, you know, get over themselves essentially, and just realize that not everyone likes losing, because like losing is pretty annoying. Like, I mean, I don't really mind losing anymore, but I used to be such a sore loser, and some of my old friends know how much of a sore loser I actually was. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre. And I'm just kind of curious how you guys think about this topic. How do you guys Pokemon battle? Do you guys prefer playing to win, or, you know, playing for fun? And which Pokemon content do you think is more enjoyable to watch? Do you think watching, you know, Smogon highly competitive content or highly competitive VGC content is entertaining? Or do you guys prefer watching like more laid back and enjoyable battling content, like let's say for example free-for-alls or like my videos or like stuff like that? Now honestly, I like a combination of both. Like I can appreciate highly competitive Smogon games even if their teams are like exactly the same. It usually comes down to who's the better player and who can like outmaneuver the opponent, and watching those kind of games just helps me, you know, prepare better for try-hard opponents and me just become better at the game as well. And I like watching fun battles because like whenever I see fun shit happen in Pokemon, it's just so great. And I try to get like the best of both worlds in my content, so I'm curious if you guys think that I capture it well in my videos. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about this topic. And oh my god, I've been rambling on about this question for like 3 minutes now, but that's going to be the question of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I'll check you guys next time. Bye.